You know that awkward middle ground in healthcare? You're clearly not feeling well enough to carry on with your day, but you're also wondering, do I really need the emergency room for this? Maybe it's a stubborn fever, a painful ear infection, a minor cut that needs attention, a sprained ankle on a Sunday afternoon. That's where knowing your urgent care options before you need them can make a surprisingly big difference. Welcome to Review Remedy by ScoreDoc, where we take healthcare lists and turn them into practical information you can actually use. Today, we're heading to Boise, Idaho, to explore 3 best urgent care centers in and around Boise in 2026. And rather than simply reading 3 names from a list, we're going to help you answer the more important question. Which urgent care option makes sense for your situation?
First, let's clear up one important misconception. Urgent care and emergency care aren't interchangeable. Urgent care is generally designed for medical problems that need prompt attention, but aren't immediately life-threatening. Think minor injuries, certain infections, flu-like illnesses, uncomplicated illnesses, mild allergic reactions, or other problems that can't reasonably wait for your regular doctor's office. But if someone has severe chest pain, serious trouble breathing, signs of a stroke, uncontrolled bleeding, loss of consciousness, or another potentially life-threatening emergency, don't spend time comparing urgent care centers. Call 911 or seek emergency medical care immediately. Knowing that difference is probably the most important takeaway from today's episode.
Now, let's get to the ScoreDoc list. Our first featured location is St. Alphonsus Urgent Care Karcher Clinic. If you're on the southwest side of the Boise area, location can be one of the biggest advantages when choosing an urgent care center. And that's our first practical tip. Don't choose urgent care based on reviews alone. Think about where you'll actually be when you need it. An urgent care center that's conveniently located near your home, workplace, or family can be far more useful than one that's significantly farther away. Before heading in, also check the center's current hours and whether it offers the service you need.
The second option on today's list is St. Alphonsus Urgent Care Sister, Catherine Way. For people living or spending time in the Boise area, having another St. Alphonsus Urgent Care option can give you more flexibility when you're trying to find prompt care. Here's something worth doing before you ever need it. Save your preferred urgent care locations in your phone. It sounds almost too simple, but when you're sick, you're probably not going to want to spend 20 minutes searching through maps and comparing locations. Save the address, phone number, and website now. Future, you might be very grateful.
Our third featured option is St. Luke's Urgent Care. St. Luke's is another healthcare option for people looking for urgent medical attention in the Boise area. And this brings us to another important consideration. What happens after the urgent care visit? If you're already receiving care within a particular healthcare system, you may want to understand how your urgent care visit fits into your broader healthcare record and follow-up care. For example, ask whether your primary care provider can access the visit information and whether follow-up appointments can be coordinated if necessary. Urgent care may solve today's problem, but good healthcare also considers what happens tomorrow.
So how should you compare these 3 options? Here's a simple 5-point checklist. Number 1, location. Can you realistically get there when you're sick or injured? Number 2, hours. Does the center operate when your primary care office is closed? Number 3, services. Does it handle the type of illness or injury you're dealing with? Number 4, insurance and cost. Is the center in your network, and do you understand your expected out-of-pocket cost? And number 5, follow-up. If you need additional care, how will that transition happen? Those 5 questions can turn a generic list of urgent care centers into a decision that's actually relevant to you.
There's one more thing I'd recommend keeping on your phone. A basic medical information note. Include your current medications, allergies, major medical conditions, primary care doctor's information, insurance information, emergency contact. And if you're going to urgent care because of a specific symptom, make a quick note of when it started, whether it's getting worse, and what you've already tried. That information can make your visit much more efficient.
And here's something parents, caregivers, and anyone managing chronic conditions should especially remember. Don't wait until you're sick to figure out where you'll go. If your child wakes up with a high fever at an inconvenient hour or you develop an injury over the weekend, the last thing you want to do is start researching healthcare options from scratch. Knowing your nearby urgent care choices ahead of time is a small amount of preparation that can save a lot of stress.
And of course, urgent care isn't always the right answer. If you're uncertain about whether symptoms could represent an emergency, don't try to solve that uncertainty by simply choosing the nearest clinic. When symptoms are severe, sudden, or potentially life-threatening, seek emergency medical care. The goal isn't simply to find the closest healthcare facility, it's to find the appropriate level of care.
If you're in Boise or the surrounding communities, you can explore the complete ScoreDoc guide to today's 3 featured urgent care centers through the link in our show notes. Use the list as a starting point, then check the practical details that matter to you: location, hours, services, insurance, and follow-up options.
Because the best time to choose your urgent care center is before you urgently need one. Take a few minutes today. Save a location. Check your insurance. Know the difference between urgent and emergency care. And you'll be a little more prepared the next time healthcare doesn't go according to plan. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Review Remedy. Until next time, know your options, prepare before you need them, and choose the right level of care.